Hello everybody and welcome back to Ys Book 1 and 2. And magic isn't really reliable on the enemies around here, so we have to fight all of these guys hand to hand. I've done the last bit of grinding I'm going to do for the entire game, so now we can just steamroll right through the rest of the plot. And this is the Room of the Priests that we saw in the intro to the game. I like it when games do that. You find an important area that the game showed you was important at the very beginning. Well, in this case, even before the beginning. Yeah, we're aware of that. Okay, so if we want the Dreaming Stone Idol, we're going to have to kill Zava, so I'm up for that. Also, you get a full heal to hit points and a full restore to your magic whenever you visit the Room of the Goddesses. We're just gonna heal up a bit, and then we're going to fight Zava. Okay, Zava is fought pretty much the same way that you fought her in later versions, in that you need to destroy her little summons in order to reduce her life bar. Well, with all the grinding I've been able to somewhat easily do, she's not really going to be a threat to us. As you can see. It's really one of the things about the leveling curve in this game. Because if you fiddle around with the experience, you can make like a boss completely powerless, or make them mostly powerless against you. But the final boss is always going to be very hard. Unless you do something silly like hit maximum level, and I'm not going to go that far. I'm going to be just short of going that far. So, Zava is done for, but we've still got stuff to do. Oh no, we better hurry.
Get out of here now, or you will perish like the others.
Yeah, we can't do anything to save Maria. So we're going to have to go up there and see who's ringing that bell. And then we're going to ring their bell. Yeah, just because we have maximum hit points doesn't actually mean we're at maximum level. And as far as I can tell, that's something that's just generally a thing across Ys 2. It was that way in the PC-88 version as well. And it was also that way in Dawn of Ys and Mask of the Sun. Three bells have rung, and that's a problem for us. And,
Such a brave warrior you are, Edol. I am truly impressed that you've made it to this lofty point. I commend your efforts. However, you'll be distressed to hear that I've already rung the death bell 4 times. If I ring it once more, the girl Maria will die. Let me explain the meaning of this ancient ritual. The ancestral priests of this land lived over 700 years ago, but their descendants still reside in East today. The 5 bells are the ceremonial warning. Before I shatter their souls and drain the last of their life's blood. I do love this. Now please, enjoy the sweet sound of the bell's last ring.
well, I'd say that Dallas has just messed with us for the last time. But we're going to need a couple of things before we can actually do anything to deal with them. And as part of that, we need to make people not turn to stone. But since we got the stone idol... Now we've got the stone idol, I jumped the gun a little bit. We can see what we need to do. And that means just walking our way back down the tower. There aren't any enemies here, it's not a problem. And there's Maria. Well, not much we can do there, so let's pay a visit to the goddesses. Yeah, those are the last enemies in the game you can grind off of. However, in later versions, once you become strong enough, you can actually grind off of the guards in front of Solomon Shrine. You can't actually defeat them in the earlier versions of the game, but you can in anything based off of Ys 1 and 2 Complete. Yeah, it's called the Black Pearl and everything outside of this English localization. And Ys Origin explained why there are 2 Black Pearls, the smaller one and the bigger one. So, we're going to start using the warp magic quite a bit. Even with the warp magic, there's still quite a bit that needs to be done before we can head into the end game. And there's Tarf. Oh well, at least you brought it all the way here. No, no. Yeah. No, well, apparently Dallas isn't done messing with us. Oh! The thing with Ys is happening. Well, it was kind of important. We got poked a bit. So, they say it prolonged the meeting, so let's check out the meeting room that we couldn't get into before. Because it was filled by bosses that we couldn't beat. Yeah, the thing is, unlike some games, Ys was very careful in making sure that bosses that you couldn't beat in the story also couldn't be beaten with your stats in the gameplay. It's a kind of balancing act that you don't always see. And when you do see it, half the time it's in other Falcom games. And there's our Black Pearl. Perhaps one of my favorite versions of this is actually in Trails in the Sky, because in second chapter you hear, oh no, these guys are total badasses, there's no way you can beat them easily. And you hear this throughout most of the game, and there are some times where you see this done in JRPGs and it turns out to be disappointing, like, you know, the 4 Archfiends of the Elements in Final Fantasy IV. But in Trails in the Sky, when you finally do fight them, it turns out, hey, these guys are total badasses and really hard to beat. Okay, so we need to climb all the way back up to the top of the bell tower. Sure thing, we'll cure the people of their stone sickness. We'll clear out any remaining Dallas business, and that will be that. You know what, first we're gonna equip that. Well, did she just get up and walk away? Anyway, from here on out we're going to be running at fast speed, because everything from here on is just going to be backtracking through areas we've already cleared out. There's no reason to linger around, and we're not really going to be fighting many enemies. We're just going to be completing all of the last steps before the end of the game. I also appreciate that Ys games never really psych you out about what's going to be the end game and what isn't. Okay. So everyone who was turned to stone is no longer stone. And I accidentally hit the item button again, which I shouldn't have done. I'm going to do this a few times. And here's another time. So now let's head out to the runaway hideout, because that's where the golden pendant is supposed to be. Oh? Oh, Dr. Flare found it. Yeah, the other thing about Ys games is that the NPCs are generally helpful, unless they have some very good reason not to be. Like that one village in Ys 5 where they believed that Adol was the harbinger of the apocalypse or something. So the path to the core is somewhere in the subterranean canal. Oh, I accidentally set it back to slow, didn't I? Oh well. So the next thing we're going to have to do is go back to the other area of the canal that we could access near the meeting room. Because that's where Sada is, and we're going to want his stuff. No reason for us to fight any of these guys anymore. Don't need money and they give pitiful experience, so we're just gonna run. There's not much more to say about what we need to do next, considering this is the actual endgame phase of Ys 1 and 2. And I always play Ys 1 and 2 together because they are basically one continuous story. Ys 2 picks up 5 minutes after the end of Ys 1. And I kind of play Blaster Master 0 and Blaster Master 02 the same way. I don't play one without the other. Now, let's go find ourselves a Sada. I didn't go after him the first time I was down here, but I perfectly remember where he is. He's basically at the very bottom of this map. So he's far away from what you need to go get here the first time you're in this part of the underground waterways. And there he is. Okay. Yeah, there's some bad news about that, sir. But yeah, Dallas likes doing that sort of thing. You might need it to get out. And there's the Claria Sword. Which is something we will definitely need to finish up this game. Yeah, one time when I was playing this game, I got completely owned at the final boss because I forgot to equip the Claria Shield. Oh. Well, whether you think it's possible or not, that doesn't really matter. Yeah, he's still alive. And here's the Claria armor. So with this new sword and armor, Dalles is basically no match for us. Where's Dekka? Oh well. Probably not important. Okay, other people don't have anything new to say. I did it again! Okay, so now we can use the golden pendant on the other statue. And that'll let us access the path to the final area of the game. I'm switching back to slow because there's going to be another boss fight. And yeah, we couldn't access this path before now. This is true. If we try to use magic in this fight, it will not work. We have to fight him with our sword. I love the way they handle Dalles' magic suppression in later versions of the game, because fire magic only goes like half an inch away from Adol before harmlessly dissipating, and I mean like in regular terms. And if you try to use Time Stop on Dalles time stops you and surrounds you with projectiles that zoom in as soon as the time stop wears off. But right now, he's no threat to us. See you, jerk! Okay, so Dalles is finished. We are going to drop a save here, and next time when we come back, we are going to finish off Ys Book 1 and 2. See you then!